Your friend. I'll change that.
Yeah.
I'll quit now.
How are you today? Good.
So, how did things look for the cleanup today, Lou?
Well, for a July cleanup, we're never quite sure what we're going to have, but we ended up right now with about 115 people involved today on our July cleanup, which I think for a summer cleanup is pretty good.
Maybe it's a record even.
Could be. We've got a lot of people, of course, on holidays and away, and so we never know quite for sure what we're going to get, but it was just a great turnout. We've got most of the river covered, from way down below the highway bridge right up to Slessy Creek.
Now, what number cleanup is this?
This is number 27.
Number 27.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive that we've done 27 cleanups, and we've had some people, some of our volunteers that have been out to virtually every one of them. And of course, some of our directors, we've been out to each one of them also. And we just keep making him a dent in the river. We checked the whole river around in the last week before we send people out, and we noticed that a lot of the areas are cleaner. So hopefully we're making an impression on people that we like to have it clean, and that they're helping us out. But there's still some areas where we've got the couches and chairs dropped off. They bring them up for their camp weekend, and then they leave them there.
Now we got BC Rivers Day 2009 coming up. What's the date on that?
That's last Sunday in September. That'll be the 27th of September. And we have that at the Chilliwack Fish and Game Club. And we do our usual cleanup in the morning, and we have our barbecue. We have some pretty good displays. We have entertainment, and we have our prize draws. So we usually expect about 250 people out for that.
And hopefully we get good weather like today.
Well, you know, in the 27 cleanups, I think we've only had rain on about 3 days. It's actually incredible considering that we used to do a cleanup in January also, which we don't do anymore. And of our 7 BC Rivers Days celebrations, we've only had 1 in the rain. So we've been pretty lucky that way.
And that was a good thing that I got outvoted and you moved it to the
Yeah, we
fishing
moved
game.
it to the Chilliwack Fish and Game Club. And we had it inside, and we had our tents up. And even though it was a miserable day, it was still a successful one.
And there's been sort of a spin-off effect. And last weekend they had a cleanup at Gila, took a drive out there, and they cleaned that out. There was the peg leg one. So it seems to be growing in popularity, and more people concerned about the environment maybe.
Well, I think more people know about us too, and we get the occasional letter into the local newspapers, and they wonder why we get such a mess up the river. And every time we get a comment like that, we try to respond to it in some way. And our best response, of course, is to hold our 3 cleanups a year and to do our thing out there, because it is a jewel of a river. We use that term quite often, and it's the use of it is just incredible now. You hear the term staycations is a common term now that they're using, and it means people are staying closer to home to have their vacation, and they're using this area more and more, and it just gives us more and more reason that we have to look after it.
And did you say what year we started in?
We started officially in 2002. We had a cleanup in 2001, but our official was 2002.
Yeah. How time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, that's right. And up to last year, the last time I did a cumulative figure, we had taken 55 tons of debris off the river in that time. Last year we had 7 tons, the year before we had 9 tons.
Now that brings up a unique observation too, that you say that, because a lot of that would have ended up down the Vedder, down the Fraser, out into Georgia Strait.
Yeah, it has a cumulative effect. A lot of it is just litter, and it's messy, and it's not nice to be able to go in and camp in that spot and so on. But we do get areas where there's tires, there's oil, there's chemicals and stuff that really is a detriment and a pollutant to the river and to the fish. So we try to get that as much as possible too.
Good.